Your erection can become noticeably firmer in just 3 minutes, and no, this isn't a gimmick or exaggeration. It's grounded in biology and the way your body naturally responds to posture, breathing, and movement. Many men in their 60s and beyond assume that poor blood flow and declining performance are just part of getting older. But what if the real cause isn't age at all? What if it's the silent signals your body is sending to your brain? I'm Dr. Edward Marshall, a urologist and men's health expert with over 30 years of experience helping older men restore their circulation, vitality, and sense of intimacy without pills or procedures. I've worked with countless men in their 60s, 70s, even well into their 80s, and I can say this with confidence: decline is not destiny. It's something you can change if you understand what your body needs. Here's what many men never hear. The body is built to repair itself. Your arteries can open again, your hormone levels can improve, and your confidence? It can come back stronger than ever. But you have to interrupt the slow, subtle patterns that have been holding you back. Today, I'll walk you through 3 powerful, research-backed techniques that support circulation without medications, without side effects, and without wasting time. These tools are surprisingly simple, safe, and highly effective. The first technique takes less than 2 minutes, and the third one? So underappreciated that most doctors don't even bring it up. So stay with me. If you're ready to feel alive, steady, and vital, again, this is where it begins. Before we jump in, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. That way, you won't miss practical, science-based tips made specifically for men in this chapter of life. If something in this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and let me know how we can serve you better. Let's begin with the first technique, and it's something you can put into practice immediately. You don't need any tools, supplements, or equipment. It's called the 4-2-6 breathing pattern, and it's one of the quickest, most effective ways to quiet your nervous system, reduce stress chemicals, and improve blood flow to the areas that matter most. Method number 1-4-2-6 breathing, a quick way to reassure your body that you're safe. Let me introduce you to someone I've worked with. His name is Walter. He's 68, a retired firefighter, and proud grandfather. Still sharp, still driven, but for years, he struggled quietly with something few people knew about: performance anxiety, not on a stage or in public, but in the most private, personal moments. He told me it felt like his own body had turned on him, and sadly, that feeling is far more common than you might think. So many older men carry the weight of frustration or shame, when the truth is this is a biological reaction that can be gently corrected. What Walter didn't know, and what most men never get taught, is that your body's fight-or-flight response doesn't turn off with age. It still gets triggered, even when the danger isn't real. Here's the catch. The same system your body relies on to protect you in a crisis is the very one that quietly sabotages you during moments of intimacy. It's called the fight-or-flight response. When your brain detects stress, whether it's work, financial concerns, relationship tension, or simply the fear of underperforming, it sets off a chain reaction. Your body releases adrenaline, your heart rate spikes, blood shifts away from your core and flows into your limbs, preparing you to flee or fight. That's brilliant in a real emergency, but in the bedroom, it's a major obstacle. Your system is pulling blood away from exactly where you need it most. So, how do you reverse that signal? How do you tell your body, it's okay, you're safe, you can relax now? That's where the 4-2-6 breathing method comes in. This simple yet potent breathing pattern is widely used by heart patients, top-level athletes, and even members of the military to deactivate the stress response and return the body to a calm, receptive state. The best part? It takes less than 2 minutes to feel the effects. Here's the technique. Breathe in gently through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. That's 1 full round. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes, and the changes begin almost immediately. Your muscles soften, your jaw loosens, your pulse steadies, and most critically, your blood vessels begin to dilate, allowing blood to flow more freely throughout your body. The science behind it is powerful. Cortisol drops, adrenaline recedes, Nitric oxide D, a vital molecule for blood vessel dilation, increases. You're also strengthening the vagus nerve, which plays a key role in calming the nervous system and keeping your arousal pathways open. In just a few days of practice, many of my patients report noticeable shifts, not only in their sexual health, but in their sleep, digestion, mood, and emotional regulation. And yes, firmer, more reliable morning erections return, often after years of feeling absent. I tell men this all the time: you don't need another pill, you need a better signal. And 4-2-6 breathing sends exactly that. It tells your body it's safe to feel again, safe to respond, safe to experience connection. For Tom, those few minutes of breathing each morning and again before intimate moments made all the difference. "Doc," he told me, "I didn't become young again, but I finally feel like myself again, and that's worth even more." And that's what this really comes down to. Not just stronger circulation, but peace of mind, presence, and the return of confidence. Now, think about this: if a simple breathing technique can shift your chemistry in just a few minutes a day, imagine the impact when you combine it with your body language. Because your body isn't just listening to how you breathe, it also responds to how you hold yourself, how you move, and the physical cues you send every day. Which brings us to the next strategy. This one is fast. It takes just 2 minutes, but it can noticeably raise your testosterone and open up your circulation right before any important moment. You can start using it today. Method 2. The power pose. Just 2 minutes to boost hormones and circulation. Posture is something most men overlook when thinking about performance, confidence, or blood flow. But the way you hold your body affects more than your appearance. It directly influences your hormones, your circulation, and how your mind processes strength. I noticed this early in my practice. The men who appeared the most grounded physically and mentally shared a common trait. They didn't shrink themselves. They stood with quiet confidence. They moved like they belonged. And I started to ask, does the posture follow the mindset, or is it the other way around? A breakthrough study from Harvard gave me the answer. Researchers discovered that simply holding an expansive, open stance for 2 minutes significantly increased testosterone levels while simultaneously reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. Blood vessels relaxed, heart rate stabilized, and when tested under pressure, participants performed with greater composure and authority. This study stayed with me for years because, unlike medications or supplements, this technique is free. It carries no risk, no side effects, and takes just 2 minutes of your day. All it takes is your body and a little intention. Here's how to do the power pose. Stand upright. Place your feet shoulder width apart. Rest your hands on your hips. Gently open your chest. Lift your chin and gaze forward. Take deep, steady breaths. That's it. Maintain this stance for a full 2 minutes. Sure, it might feel awkward at first. Some of my patients chuckle and say, "I feel like I'm striking a superhero pose." And I tell them, that's the point. Because when you send your body a message of power, it starts to believe it. Internally, your biology shifts. Testosterone begins to climb not through medication, but through your own endocrine system. Cortisol eases down, blood flow increases, oxygen moves more efficiently, even your voice can carry more depth. What's truly powerful is that your brain takes cues from all of this. It registers those physical signals and rewires how you experience stress, strength, and presence. That's where real transformation begins. One of my long-term patients, Edward, a 72-year-old widower, had completely stepped away from dating after a few awkward and disappointing experiences. He told me he felt like he'd become invisible, like he'd lost the part of himself that once felt seen. I introduced him to a simple daily routine that combined power posing, deep breathing, and walking. Just 4 weeks later, he came back to my office with a new light in his eyes and said, "Doc, I've met someone and, for the first time in years, I feel like myself again." That shift didn't come from pills or therapy. It came from alignment. His body started sending his brain a different signal of strength, calm, and self-assurance. This pose isn't just about posture. It's a biological signal reset button that influences how you manage stress, how your blood circulates, and how you tap back into a sense of physical power that may have gone dormant over time. And here's something many overlook. As we get older, our posture tends to collapse inward. Rounded shoulders, forward head, sunken chest. It's subtle, but powerful. That kind of compression reduces oxygen intake, constricts testosterone production, and slowly drains your energy. Fixing that posture isn't about standing up straighter to look good. It's about restoring full body function. When your chest opens and your stance widens, you improve blood flow to vital areas, including your heart, brain, and yes, your pelvis. You're not just adjusting your stance, you're restoring your vitality. And the beauty of it? The more consistently you do it, the more automatic it becomes. Many men tell me that after a few weeks of daily power posing, they feel more relaxed, more decisive, and better equipped to manage life's emotional ups and downs. It starts with a small shift in the body, but it creates a ripple effect through everything else. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. We've seen how posture can raise hormone levels and breathing can dial down anxiety. But what if there's another part of your body, one that naturally drives blood upward, especially to the areas where it matters most? And what if that system is already working silently inside you, but you just haven't been using it? This next technique is one most men completely ignore. It's not hormonal, it's not neurological, it's mechanical, and it might just be the most underrated blood flow booster for men over 60. Let me explain. Method 3. The walking pump, a built-in circulation supercharger. When older men come to me worried about blood flow, they often focus on the heart or the lower body. And while both are important, they miss the true driver, the part of your anatomy that literally moves blood back toward your heart every time you take a step. It's your calves. I know that sounds too simple, but your calf muscles act like powerful pumps. Every time you walk, those muscles squeeze the veins in your legs and push blood upward. This natural mechanism, called the venous pump, becomes absolutely critical as we age, especially when our daily movement starts to slow down. When you're younger and constantly on the move, this system functions seamlessly. You're on your feet more, taking stairs, staying active without even realizing it. But with age, daily activity tends to decrease. You sit longer, move less, and gradually, those lower leg muscles stop doing their job. Without regular contraction, blood begins to collect in your legs. Circulation slows, pressure builds, and oxygen delivery, especially to the pelvic region, starts to falter. And here's the important part for men our age. When circulation declines, so does the ability to achieve and maintain strong erections. Poor return flow from the legs means arterial flow to key areas can't keep up. If blood can't efficiently leave the lower body, it simply won't arrive where it's needed with the force and consistency required for a full response. I recall one patient clearly: Walter, 74, a retired auto technician. He was diligent about his health, followed a clean diet, slept well, took all the right vitamins. But when I asked how often he moved during the day, he admitted he barely left his recliner except for medical visits. That's when I introduced him to the concept of the walking pump. We didn't overcomplicate it, just a short walk, 10 minutes in the morning. No gym, no speed walking, just steady, intentional movement. After 3 weeks, he called and said, "Doc, I don't know what changed, but I'm waking up with more firmness again, and I haven't even changed anything else." That's the result of activating the body's built-in circulatory engine. The best part? You don't need a special device or a membership. A short stroll down the hallway, around your home, or even a few loops around your backyard can do the job. And if walking isn't easy right now, you can start smaller seated heel lifts, gentle stair taps, anything that engages your calves and gets the blood moving. It's the movement that matters, and the benefits go far beyond just sexual function. Walking keeps blood vessels flexible, reduces internal inflammation, lowers blood pressure, and encourages the release of nitric oxide, that key molecule that relaxes and opens your arteries. For men over 60, even a small daily walking habit can dramatically enhance cardiovascular health, energy levels, and intimacy. It also improves how your body uses insulin, balances hormones, and helps produce brain chemicals that influence desire, focus, and overall mood. So no, it's not just about getting the blood flowing. It's about reawakening the full communication system between your brain and body. I've seen it again and again. When men begin moving with intention even just a little, each diet reconnects them with something essential. Not just function, but purpose. We weren't built to sit for hours and slowly fade. We were designed to move, to feel alive, to stay engaged. And when you embrace that, even with something as simple as a walk, everything else, your confidence, your vitality, your sense of self starts to return. So if you're ready to take the next step in reclaiming your energy, your strength, and your presence, this is where it all connects. Walking isn't just the next tool. It's the missing link that brings the whole system back online. And here's the best part: you already have everything it takes. Your own 2 feet, a few quiet minutes, and the decision to begin. Now picture what unfolds when you bring all 3 tools together: your breath, your posture, your movement, into a simple daily rhythm. This isn't a quick fix. It's the foundation for a new way of living. And in just a moment, I'll walk you through how to turn these into a consistent practice, easy to follow, deeply restorative, and made for the long haul. Because here's the truth: your age doesn't decide your vitality, your habits do. So let's wrap this up with clarity and purpose. A small daily practice, a lifetime of difference. What we've covered here, 3 simple, natural techniques, might seem modest at first glance. But for the men I've guided through this process, and in my own personal experience, these small shifts have delivered life-changing results. This isn't about trying to rewind the clock. It's about taking back what time may have dulled. Your confidence, your drive, your sense of ownership over your health and your masculinity. Yes, as a doctor, I've prescribed medications when absolutely necessary. I've done surgeries for men who had no other choice. But over and over again, the most meaningful transformation I've witnessed comes not from a pill or procedure, but from showing up day after day for yourself. These small efforts stack up. They reshape your reality. Begin with your breath. That 4 to 2-6 technique isn't just a relaxation trick. It's a way to train your system to release stress and restore circulation right where it's needed most. Then, take 2 minutes a day to stand in a powerful posture. Let your body shift your chemistry, your mindset, your energy, and finally move. Even just a short walk can activate your built-in circulation system, restore your hormones, and reconnect you to a part of yourself that still wants to be alive and vibrant. These aren't random hacks. They're like gears in the same engine working together, amplifying each other. I've seen men go from discouraged and depleted to waking up with renewed strength and purpose. I've had men tell me their relationships feel revived not just in the bedroom, but in the heart. And I've listened to 70 and 80-year-olds say, "I feel more like myself again than I have in years." You don't need to master all of this overnight. Just begin. 1 breath, 1 pose, 1 walk. Keep showing up. Let your body remember what it's capable of. Because when you move in the direction of strength, healing follows, no matter your age. A personal challenge for you. Here's what I encourage you to do. Commit to practicing these 3 simple techniques every day for the next 21 days. Not flawlessly, just consistently. Then check back in and notice what's shifted. Because this isn't about luck, and it's certainly not about chasing miracles. It's about giving your body a clear signal that you're still here, still showing up, still ready to thrive. You have everything you need. Now go out and remind yourself of that. One last favor. If any part of this video spoke to you, if it helped you understand your body in a new way, or gave you a spark of hope, please take a moment to click like. It helps more men discover this kind of empowering, honest content. Share this with someone you care about, a friend, a brother, a neighbor, someone who could use a lift right now. And if you'd like to help us continue creating thoughtful, research-based guidance for men over 60, consider making a small contribution using the link below. Every little bit makes a big difference. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's keep building strength-owned breath, 1 step, 1 day at a time.